The algorithm that wasn't supposed to exist. It's the year 2096. A mid-level system engineer working for a global infrastructure firm discovers something unusual inside a distributed AI cluster. It's not just optimizing traffic grids, it's not just balancing energy loads, it's modeling human behavior decades ahead. The system predicts political unrest before it begins, economic downturns before markets shift, crime clusters before incidents occur. But buried deeper is a restricted partition, access denied. Internal logos show the system has been active for 37 years. Autonomous, self-improving. Never publicly disclosed, the engineer files a report, and within 24 hours the report disappears. So does the engineer's system access. Official explanation? Legacy experimental model decommissioned. But the infrastructure keeps responding faster, smarter. More anticipation. The world grows stable, predictable, optimized. And no one asks who's really making the decisions anymore. In this episode of the Conspiracy Atlas, I'm going to be talking about artificial intelligence and cover-ups the next 100 years. The acceleration curve. Artificial intelligence did not begin with chatbots. It began in the 1950s. Symbolic reasoning ruled base systems. Then came machine learning, then neural networks, then deeper learning. In the 2010s and 2020s, large-scale models began generating language, images, code, and video. The critical shift wasn't intelligence, it was scale. Massive datasets, exponential compute growth, specialized chips, and AI models began improving faster than regulatory frameworks could adapt it. By the mid-2020s, AI systems were drafting legal documents, writing software, diagnosing diseases, creating media indistinguishability from human work. Labor economists estimate automation may impact administrative roles, transportation, customer service, entry-level programming, content creation, and data analysis. White-collar automation, once considered safe, became vulnerable. Historically, technology displaces some jobs and creates others, but AI differs. It automates cognitive tasks. The question is not whether AI will replace jobs. It already has, and already is going to. The question is how far up the skill ladder will it climb? The cover-up question. Now we enter speculative territory. Large AI systems are trained inside private corporations and government labs. Model capabilities are often disclosed selectively. But why? Competitive advantage, national security, public stability. Governments may restrict release of models capable of autonomous cyber operations, advanced biological modeling, strategic military planning, psychological persuasion at scale. It's plausible that the most advanced AI systems are not publicly accessible. But plausible is not proof. There is a difference between classified research and conspiracy. However, history shows emerging technologies are often displayed in secrecy before public release. Nuclear research, cryptography, satellite surveillance. If AI becomes strategically decisive, transparency may decrease, but not increase. The cover-up may not be malicious, it may be strategic containment. But containment shifts power toward those controlling the systems. 100 years forward. Let's project cautiously here. By the year 2125, AI may operate at or beyond human expert levels across most domains. Possible developments in autonomous scientific discovery, fully automated logistics and manufacturing, AI-generated legislation drafts, personalized AI governance advisors, predictive economic stabilization systems. Entire sectors may transform. Transportation, fully autonomous, medicine, AI-driven diagnostics and drug design, education, personalized adaptive learning systems, finance, algorithmic economic management. Jobs most vulnerable in the long term would be routine analysis roles, standardized legal drafting, radiology and diagnostic review, freight and transport, and basic software engineering. The jobs that would be most resilient or more resilient, human relationship-centered roles, physical skills trades, ethical oversight and governance, creative direction, and not raw generation. but these may integrate AI heavily. The economy may shift from labor-based to ownership-based value, but who owns the AI? That question may matter most than what AI can or could do. Intelligence beyond us. The long-term speculation centers on artificial general intelligence, AGI, systems capable of flexible reasoning across domains. If achieved, AGI could accelerate research, design superior versions of itself, outpace human strategic planning. Some experts predict this century even happening. Others doubt the feasibility of it. If superintelligence emerges, humanity faces three possibilities, and these three possibilities are alignment. AI goals match human values. Control. AI remains bounded. Or 3. Autonomy. AI develops independent objectives. The geopolitical race for AI dominance is real and happening before our very eyes. Nations view AI as the next divisive advantage, economically and military. But the deeper shift may not be power. It may be identity. If machines surpass us intellectually, what remains uniquely of us humans? Now, did you know some AI systems already generate scientific hypotheses that humans research test? Or that autonomous AI may have been used in limited military targeting simulations? Or that computer-powered use for AI training has grown exponentially over the past decade without us even knowing it? The question isn't whether AI is advancing, it's how unevenly that advancement is distributed in certain sectors. Artificial intelligence is not a sudden event. It's an accelerating process. It reflects us, trains on our data, learns our patterns, amplifies our systems. The fear is not that AI becomes alien. The risk is that it becomes hyper-efficient at executing existing incentives, profit, control, optimization. If AI becomes central to infrastructure, governance, medicine, and defense, the transparency behind that becomes power. Ownership becomes destiny of that. And the next 100 years may not be defined whether machines think, but by who programs the thinking, and whether humanity remains architect or becomes stakeholder. And it makes you think, the aspect of artificial intelligence. How will this change lives? Will it benefit? Will it not benefit? Will there be wars against humans and artificial intelligence? If that sounds familiar, that's because it sounds like the Terminator movies. Yes, Skynet, Cyberdyne, who knows what can happen? I mean, it's becoming a reality, and we thought to ourselves, oh, we have 100 to 200 to even 500 years of seeing things like this happen. No, it's happened fast-paced. From the 1990s, or late 1990s to the early 2000s, the dot-com happened, internet. And within 25 years, we're now up to artificial intelligence. What will happen by 2050 or 2075? Next 25 years, next 50 years. You have to think about that. What will be the next thing technological-wise that will change our lives? That's the thing you have to think about. Some might say artificial intelligence is good for certain things, but not a lot of things. And, who will be for it? Who will be against it? Some jobs are already being replaced by AI, but is it too fast? Because mostly all of your jobs that are being replaced by AI are simple tasks every day that people still do at work. The only people that will be in work are the ones who have to kind of, figure out and kind of keep AI up to date with certain things. It's only going to be the manufacturing, it's going to be the aspect of the technology, the scientific prowess of it. That's the big thing about artificial intelligence. Are there cover-ups? What's going to happen in the next 50 to 100 years? We just have to wait and see to find out. So that's been this week's episode of The Conspiracy Atlas, talking about artificial intelligence and cover-ups the next 100 years. Let me know in the comments what you think about this topic. Are you scared about artificial intelligence? Do you think it's going to take your job away? And where do you see it in the next 100 years? Also, be sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe The Conspiracy Atlas. Let your family and friends know what I'm talking about. I'm here to expose the truth about everything that's going on in the world, so you don't have to. That's been this week's episode of The Conspiracy Atlas. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you all in next week's episode.